Hi everyone, Corey Thorne, spiritual intuitive guide and empowerment life coach. I posted a video a little earlier, and that one was a transformational guidance video. And this one is more based on the cards and really being around this weekend, being around this weekend, starting today, Friday, July the 20th, 2018, and taking you into this weekend. I know last week I posted one that was going to take you all the way to the 23rd. What I'm feeling and what's kind of resonating with me today is that we have had a bit of a tough go this week. It's been a lot of heavy energy around us. A lot of even the weather has been, even if it's been really hot, it's been heavier. Even if you've been in the places where the storms have been hitting, the storms have been extreme, and it's like it's kind of shaking us up and helping us through some of the, or breaking away some of the things that we're going to need to release to come into the full moon that'll be coming on July the 27th. So I'm doing the reading from the Wisdom of Oracle deck, which is, call it Baron Reed's deck. And myself have also been feeling the effects of this. This has been a tough week. When I step up to do my work, that's all good. The channeling through, but my own personal, within my personal space, within my personal growth and my own transformation that's been happening, I found myself really coming from a place of self-judgment, choosing to be a little more harder on myself, picking apart my flaws and my not great moments that I have, and I don't know how else to put it. Just not great moments. It just seems to be a few of those that have been happening, and now is the time to really take this weekend. Either hide away if you need to, or go away, but go sit somewhere that can be amongst trees, ground yourself, and really embrace your own inner space that you're in right now. It's okay to have these moments. It's okay to feel this way. And as I said in my earlier reading, I'm an Aries, and I feel like someone has like thrown water on my fire. It just feels like I've just been doused in like a lower energy this week, and it's the first time in a long time that I have felt this. And I know it's the retrograde, and there's things that I needed to face and things that I needed to let go of, and there's been some blame that we tend to want to push up on other people, and we have to go inward and what's our responsibility in the role that we have been playing in the things that have been happening in our own lives. And so I want to do this reading based on a general reading, not for any zodiac sign in particular or for male or female. This seems to be for all energies. It just seems to be that it's time to start to lift the veil a little bit of the energy that has been sitting around us. And of course, July is the time in our spiritual world of when the veil is actually the thinnest, when we're most connected to spirit. And it's a good time to sit with self, but also to sit with spirit. And this card comes flying out, and this is an issue that's been happening for a lot of people right now. And the card that comes flying out is Soulmate. It's like all around us, we're feeling this, and we're feeling a lot of relationship issues. And I first wanted to pull out the romance deck, and I'm like, no, I've already done the romance deck in the past week or so. And I'm starting to feel like a broken record on this. And it's just like, we have had a lot of ups and downs in relationships around us, and a lot of people's situations right now. And whether it's a relationship that's kind of been work-wise or in personal, whatever it may be, I just feel like there's been a lot of disturbances happening and a lot of miscommunication. And this is a time of standing up for yourself, but also taking the time to listen, really, truly listen to what's not being said. It's just that there's a lot of information that you're missing out on, or a lot of information you're turning around to suit what you want to hear right now, because you're in that lower place, because you're in that energy of, when we babble on about shit that really don't matter, that's where we are. And it's like, we want to hear certain things, and because we're not hearing it, we're making up stories, and we're creating stories of things that are not happening, that then puts us into a lower vibration, and it's just all around us. And know that as you come into the full moon, you start to see either a return of love, you see a new love, you see new relationships, you see the beginning of something. I just feel like it's just this sense of enthusiasm, and I know I spoke about that last weekend as well, but it's like this sense of happiness coming. But you have to stand tall, and you have to remember, you have to hold yourself accountable for the words that you have spewed out, for what you have released. And I'm just looking out the window, and a butterfly just flew past. last week there was a beautiful dragonfly that came and just sat right next to me after I was having a little mental breakdown of my own. And it was like that transformation, on the journey of transformation. Not every day is going to be a good day. We're going to have those moments. We're going to have those ups and downs. And as we start to develop and as you grow and as you truly start to connect to your, to spirit and to higher self, and knowing that even relationships are built from the place beyond us. And even though we would love to be in control of the relationships, and even though we would love to be in control of life, and we think we know what we want and what's better for the relationships that are around us, we don't always know. It's like, even I who have, people like us that have that connection and that connection to source, we have human moments, and we have these human moments in relationships, and we don't know, and we sometimes overstep our boundaries, or sometimes we're learning to create boundaries. So what is coming forth for you as you start to really link into soulmate connections? Remember, soulmates are not always love. What is your soulmate connections that you're trying to make? Or what are you pushing away from? What are you running away from? What are you rejecting? And we're starting to bring that back into your life. And I chose this deck because of that wisdom that's beyond us. And I really feel a need to just tell people that we all have a guidance system. And if you just sometimes would just shut your lips, if we just close our mouth and close our eyes, and we listen to what's not being said, listen to what our heart feels, listen to what everyone, what the chatter that's around you and what's not being communicated, and get past the clutter, get past the negative, get past all that, and just allow yourself to really take the guidance from a place that's beyond us, an old world knowledge. And I always say there's this thing called oracle abuse. You can listen to every single reading that's on YouTube. You can do whatever, and you'll just find that it'll be the same story over and over and over and over again. You're not going to get the different information. If you're doing the things that are contributing, you're going to be reminded of it, and life is going to pull you back until you start to make the right decisions, or you start to do the things that take you back onto your path and back into your journey. And then the next card that's coming up, I feel like I need to shuffle for a long time. It's like it's got to get past. We want to move past something, and it's as my grandmother used to always say, don't be contrary. Don't be contrary. It's like we get something stuck in our heads, and we get cranky and crabby, and we get miserable because we're not being what we say. No one's listening to me. Hold on. Card fell on the floor. No one is listening to me. And what if for a moment no one's listening to you because the information that you're putting out there is not valuable, or it's no good, or it means nothing because it's not you. It's not coming from you. So maybe they're not listening because the information is just you chattering off, and you're really going back into a place of the past, because what's happening is that the fear-based is coming forward, and the card that fell down was the here and now. And what's happening to you is that you're really in the past. So the fears of the past are coming forward, and you're projecting them through your words and through your conversations into the now that's right here, right in front of us. And this is a big part of coming into the moon, into the full moon, is that we set the intentions with the new moon. What are we going to let go of? So what's coming, really pay attention and write down what has been coming out of your mouth, what you've been projecting. Write it down so that when this full moon comes on the 27th, that you can actually go back and say, hey, this really isn't me now. This is not who I am. This is not what I want to carry forward. And that you can burn that piece of paper, release it, let it go, and then smudge into the new. Smudge into the new that's coming, because there's new and the return of old things that were important to you, that are coming back into your life. But being here and now, feel what you need to feel this weekend. Be okay with covering up in a blanket and watching old movies and love stories and stuff and crying your eyes out, whatever it may be. Or if you just feel the need to just go out and party, or just let go and just let yourself be whatever you need to be this weekend, and don't beat yourself up for what you have just been through. And all the cards are just flying out on me today here. TikTok. time's a waste and time's a waste, and like, what are you in a hurry for? What are you rushing around for? And for me, this card resonates today is slow down, breathe, let in the information, let in the energy, let in the good things that are starting to come forward. Stop feeling the need to rush through life. And as we say, in the spirit world, there is no time. It's like we're trying to catch up to something. What are you trying to catch up to? If you're trying to catch up to getting to the end of your journey, the only thing at the end of the journey is the end of this life, this human life. So enjoy every moment. Start to enjoy the things that are around you. See the color, see the beauty. Enjoy the people. Stop trying to prove yourself to be right to people. Stop trying to overpower a conversation. Stop trying to prove to that person that you are this certain person that you want them to see you as. Just be you. Just sit in this moment and breathe through. Also, the thing that's coming to me from that card is pay attention to the numbers. If you're seeing 11, 11, 4, 4, 2, 2, 3, 3s, combinations of numbers, pay attention. That's spirit world. Spirit world's trying to get to you. They're trying to have the conversations with you. But right now, you're really spiraling so much in trying to control and trying to make life happen that you're not hearing, you're not seeing the signs, you're missing out. So they keep showing you 11, 11, 4, 4. For me, I wake up at every morning at, cat's even gone crazy in this. So it's at 4, 4, always these 4, 4 numbers. I wake up at 4:44 or I wake up at 4:40 or whatever it is. And so what I've learned with time is I take that to be a writing time. I'll wake up, take out my phone, and I'll write in my notes, whatever it may be. Pay attention at 11:11. You find yourself sending off a text to somebody at 11:11. Those are the things that we're just trusting, we're just doing, right? And it's like, just stop for a moment, breathe through, and just say thank you to the universe. Thank you to the angels. Thank you to your loved ones on the other side that are helping guide you, helping trying to get your attention, and sometimes to stop you in your tracks from making a move that you should not be making. And it's like, just, if you want to know more about those numbers, really go into, I think Doreen Virtue has a wonderful number book out there that tells you all about the synchronicities of the numbers, and you can find that on like Amazon, or just, you can even Google it and you can find all kinds of those numbers in there. But it just makes sense that spirit is always working through us. Spirit is always communicating through us, and they use every tool there is here to help us and to get our attention. And we need to get to the point of paying attention again, because we're losing our way a little bit. And we're getting caught up in the angsties that are happening within us and around us through this retrograde. So come back in around. Come back into just centering yourself. And then the last card from this deck for today is peace. Peace. Being at peace. Being at peace with some of the decisions you've made. Being at peace of when you have spoke your truth and it hasn't gone well for you. Being at peace with making a decision that you're unsure of right now, whether it was a good decision to make or a bad decision. It's whatever it is, it's the universe is projecting us still in the direction that we need to go, or taking us out of a path that we were going to venture on, or it's awakening something in a situation or a person or in a relationship, which also goes back to soulmates, like probably making somebody aware of how important your feelings are, or how worthy you are, and that you're also showing yourself how worthy you are, and finding that peace within yourself to not feel the need to project and to control life. And when we can sit back and just be at peace with that, the world just starts to flow a little easier for us. And that we all know that when we're connected to higher power, when we're connected to our higher source, to our higher self, that we flow with life. We'll have bumps in the road, but something will take us. And as I was telling someone yesterday, stop trying to go over the mountain. How many times have you tried to climb the mountain? How many times are you trying to struggle through because you feel the need of suffering through, or that life is supposed to be a struggle to get to where you are? if you just sit back and you breathe and you sit in that peace, you'll find your way around the mountain. What if there's another way? And let yourself flow around the mountain rather than trying to climb over the mountain. And really, what's going to be on the other side that's going to be any different than if it took you a little bit longer to flow around? And then I'm going to do a quick card from my Mother Mary deck. And this has been a week when I have really felt the connections to Mother Mary and to God, and into that realm of being God consciousness, and understanding what God consciousness means, and to be that place of being God conscious is that place of being aware, when you can sit in stillness and silence and see the beauties in the world, like to see the beautiful flowers that are blossoming and growing right now. So when you're looking at the flowers that come at this time of the year and how they blossom and grow in the sunshine, that's what's happening to you. That's what's happening to us. If we just naturally let it happen, life will show us the beauty that there is to be seen. And so take the time to sit and be aware. And as I've been channeling through Mother Mary, the message of transformation has been coming large. You're seeing women transform and grow and building strength, and building strength to find their voice and to find their way. And I find myself in a place of such compassion for the moms and for the women who have lost their children, who've been through this grieving process and trying to find their way back into life right now. And also then for the moms who are just starting out, just starting as new moms and trying to find their way, and how people want to step up and tell you how. People want to tell you how to be a mother, or how to get through your grief, or what you should be doing. It's kind of like, close your ears off to all of that right now and just let yourself be present in a God-conscious state of whatever you need to experience and whatever helps you grow into who you need to be as a new mom, or whatever that it is that is your journey of going through your grief. If you're a mom who's lost their child, and I'm really picking up the grieving mom today. And I had this conversation with a friend this morning that even if you're one of those moms who lost a child, like if you're someone who's lost a child from either abortion or a miscarriage, and people just tell you to just get over it and just go on, that's not always the case. You are still umbilical cord attached to that child. And that child is still your little spirit, and it's still very present with you. And if it happened 20 years ago and you never got the opportunity to grieve, or you didn't grieve, and you're wondering what's from the past that's coming forward right now, I feel like that's some of the energy that's coming forward with us right now. We're really feeling that right now as moms. If we're feeling that energy, and that's what's kind of been making us kind of angry, or making us kind of flare up, and sometimes not knowing, that's what's been happening. So be kind to yourself, be gentle to yourself as you're going through that. And the card that's coming to life for me right now is our feminine. From Mother Mary that's coming out is feminine. It's being very, allow yourself to be in that feminine energy, because the strength that's coming from all of the women that are gathering together right now in this world, that are holding hands, that are supporting each other, that are being the support system for each other, it's what's making a change in the world. But also remember that as we grow, that the good men that have been in our lives do not deserve to be punished for our past and for the people who have hurt us in our past. So when we're bringing new relationships, or we're meeting these new people in our lives, don't make them pay for something of the past that we're holding. And so while we're healing through our journey and through our losses, that the people that are by our side now, and the men that are by our sides, or that those masculine energies that are showing up, are not here to be punished. They're here to embrace us and to enjoy us, and to not to pay the price for the past. So allow the beautiful energy that's coming in to be a valuable learning curve in the new society that's being built, in the new world that we're living in, that we're here to be joined together in unity as masculine and feminine together, and that we're not here to be divided. We're here to come together, and that us as women who are nurturers, lovers, that are full of compassion and kindness, that we bring that light, we bring that energy, and we bring that love into the world, because this is a role that we are about to take on, or that we are taking on, in bringing peace into the world and bringing peace into ourselves. So let yourself have this little place that you're in right now, because what's to come next is a beautiful light. And like I said earlier, in my last session was the full moon shines bright and the full moon is whole, and that you are whole. You may just you have scars, you have parts of you that have been wounded, but you are whole. And when you see yourself as whole, you start to see your light. And when you see your light, you start to heal. And when you start to heal, you create beautiful magic and you bring in beautiful light and love into this world. So be strong, be kind, be present with yourself, and allow us to start to join together in this unity, and not to be caught up and to be angry at ourselves for the past, but know that we are releasing the energies of the past and we're moving into a healthier place with happiness and enthusiasm. And we're holding space for the people that cannot be strong right now, that need to go through their process of grieving and where they are. So that's my message for today. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And like I said, allow yourself whatever you need to do for yourself this weekend, but be kind. Have a great weekend and much love to you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.